Hello everyone, welcome back to 48 Now. I'm your digital host, Tatiana White, and I am joined today by Chief Operating Officer Partnership for a Drug-Free Community, Dan Lampert, and the Recovery Resource Hub Coordinator, Catherine Lawson. How are you both doing today?
We're doing great.
Good.
That's good. So it's a pleasure having you both on, and I'm very excited to hear more about what you all are doing for the community. And so today we're highlighting this local organization making a major impact in North Alabama. Partnership for a Drug-Free Community is hosting a Spring Sobriety Soirée and supporting National Medication Take-Back Day, both aimed at fighting substance misuse and promoting healthier, drug-free lifestyles. And so Dan and Catherine are here today to tell us a little more about these powerful initiatives and how the community can get involved. So for the viewers who may not be familiar, can you both just tell us a little bit about what you all do with your organization and the mission behind it?
Absolutely. So Partnership has been around since 1988. It was founded by Deborah Soul, so we've been kind of quietly in the background for quite a long time in this fight. And it started with education and prevention. Because of Deborah Soul's personal story. You know, everyone obviously that we come in contact with has been impacted by substance use, abuse in some way, shape, or form. You know, a family member, a loved one, or even themselves. It looks like all kinds of different things and permeates our society from top to bottom. There is no real universal stereotype, you know, for the people who get impacted by this. And so we try to help them. Again, it started with education and prevention, and we still do that and work with the schools. But we also connect people to care who otherwise wouldn't be able to. And we primarily do that through assessments so that we can find the type of care that they need, get them connected with the resources. Obviously, our name is Partnership, so we work with everyone all across the state so that we can get people where they need to be to start their journey on recovery.
Yes, and that's amazing that you guys use like multiple organizations and resources to help everybody, because like you said, everybody's story looks a little different, so it's amazing.
And Catherine is actually in charge of our Recovery Resource Hub, and she's the one who does that work, who actually gets people connected to that care.
Yes, and so how do you kind of go about getting those resources and connecting with them and finding what works best for everybody?
Well, first we do our initial phone interview, kind of figure out what their needs are. In Alabama, if you don't have any insurance or if your insurance doesn't pay, then you have to have what's called an assessment, an integrated placement assessment. And we do those for free. Most places don't offer them for free, and we also do them same day.
Awesome.
And then we do the assessment, and it determines what level of care they need to be placed in, whether it's detox, short-term residential, long-term residential. Then we send out the assessment to state-funded and state-certified treatment facilities to help them get in there to a program. So we do that. We offer case management to help with additional resources. If they need to sign up for insurance, if they need to sign up for food stamps, for Medicaid, that type of thing, we can help with that also. But primarily our goal is to get them into treatment and to get them help.
Yes, and that's amazing that you guys provide such a big resource like that for them, especially the free assessments and same-day assessments, because I know sometimes it can be hard to get people in and out and having to pay and insurance and all of that. So
the need is so big,
yes.
And you know, we have a lot of great people throughout the community who are trying to help. You know, but we tend to be very small teams who are trying to do really big things. So. So it has been a real benefit, and word got out pretty quickly when we were able to ramp up our efforts that we would be responsive so quickly. And I do think it is important that every single thing that we do is free of charge to the people we serve. So whether that's education, prevention, awareness, or this connection to care, all free of charge. We're a grant and sponsor, donor funded organization, and that's how we can actually do this. And it's important because that's about removing the obstacles,
Yes.
the very functional obstacles. And she kind of touched on that with the case management work and the peer support, because those obstacles can be very practical, very binary. Do you have a license? Do you not have a license? Do you have money? Do you not have money? Can you travel? Can you not travel? But then it can also be psychology, psychological barriers. So that peer support element, someone who's been through this, someone who knows where you're at, someone who can help you fight the battle that you have to fight in your own mind. So that's really what the work is. The work is saying, we want you to have a better life. Everybody does. You probably want that as well. But there are very real things that are holding you back. Our service is to remove as many of those as we can. So education prevention, it's that the awareness, the knowledge gap, the getting them to treatment. It's everything else.
Yes, awesome. And you all actually are having a big event coming up, the soiree. And so what can people kind of expect with that, and how can it help, and how can people attend with that?
Yeah, well, we're excited about it, and obviously it's coming up very soon for us. So we're in the final stretch, getting prepared for that. We've had excellent response. People are very excited, and we've had a lot of companies, organizations, individual donors, craftsmen contribute and give us some amazing items. I wish we could. Show you all the amazing things that are there, because some people are going to want to come just to grab this unique piece or something amazing. So we're really excited about it. But Catherine has been taking the lead on getting it all put together, and she knows a bit more about all of it.
Yes.
So the Spring Soirée is going to be really fun. We're hoping we get a lot of people to come out. I've gotten a great caterer, it's a local nonprofit. They're called Hatch. They're providing the meal. We have a sponsor who sponsored the meal. We've got live band, live music from a great local artist. So that's going to be playing during the event. And of course, we've got the silent auction that will be going on. So while people are eating, browsing, dancing if they want to dance, they can be bidding on items. All the money that we earn is going to go to benefit our cause and help us continue to provide these services at no cost.
Yes,
Yes, 100% of the proceeds, because everything that we've done for this event, for the as she mentioned, the catering, the venue, the items that are on display, all of it is from people giving.
Yes.
And so 100% of it can go directly to those services that we talked about, and removing those roadblocks towards recovery. And
Absolutely.
you had mentioned too the aspect of the benefit on the community. And I think it's important that when we are fighting a battle that can be very serious, very heavy, needs a lot of financial support. Needs a lot of people working long hours, doing incredible things. You can't ignore the other parts of life as well. And this kind of gives us an opportunity to do kind of 2 for 1. You can have a great evening out. You can be around amazing people. You can buy something amazing, but you're also supporting a great cause. You're also making a difference. And so we have all kinds of different types of events like this. And then we've got a truck pull, which brings out a very different group of people. The gym bros who are going to show off and compete and
very competitive.
Very competitive. So all of these things, it helps bring the community together from different aspects, different walks of life, and gives people a way to contribute. Because some people don't have money, some people don't have the connections or the time, but this gives us an avenue to do that, to do it in a fun way, and to do it in a way that really does directly go back to the service that all of us know we need to be fighting for.
Yes.
But you know, you can't live in that life or death doom and gloom
Yeah.
every moment. So.
Yes, and I think it's great that y'all have something that's different for everybody in the community, and also it can help break the stigma a little bit having these type of events and stuff. So that's
Absolutely.
amazing. And so, what are some of the silent auction like items and stuff, or like attendees can look forward to?
We have some amazing things. We have several designer handbags,
Oh, okay.
a locally made designer dress. We have event tickets. What else do we have? Gift baskets, gift sets with all different types of things. A really cool pizza smoker, pizza oven.
Okay.
There's something for
Jewelry,
everybody.
packages,
Yeah, we've
there's-
got jewelry.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody, and there's, you know, inexpensive items. There's some expensive items, so something for everyone and something everybody can afford.
Yes.
And it's important to note too that I mean the desirability of a lot of the items, and we'll share the link with you because people
Yes.
can start to browse
Okay.
some of the items even before the event. The photography is a compliment of
yes.
Catherine too. So yeah, people you know people are encouraged to kind of take a look because there might be something on there that they're like,
Yeah.
I might not have been able to get this anywhere else.
Mhm.
And you know, for every dollar that is given for the winning bid on any item that is above the market value of that item or that package, that is tax deductible.
Wow.
So you know, we're really encouraging people to give what they can, knowing that everything's going to go back to the services. But they're, you know, you also get a really nice a few items if you bid.
And you can go on and pre-register to bid.
Okay.
So if you're planning to attend the event tomorrow, you can go ahead and register now.
Awesome. Okay. And where can people register at or find the link?
There's a Give Butter site. I
It's
think
givebutter.com
Okay.
/sobriety.
Awesome. Okay. And so how will like these funds kind of support some of the programs? Will it support like all the different programs you guys have, or what plans I guess do you guys have after the event is over?
Absolutely. So we have a lot of plans, and we will not be sleeping this weekend. But basically, every dollar that, particularly for this type of giving, really helps with the sustainability of all of our programs. One of the things that we have done is we've gotten grants from the opioid settlement grants, different local organizations, governments, and everything else. Those tend to be on a reimbursement model. So we spend the money and then we get reimbursed for that as a nonprofit. So we need to be able to raise funds from individual donors, from recurring monthly donors, from events like this, so that we can actually, this is the money that we actually use right up front to provide these services. So it's a very direct way, and yes, it provides our, you know, for our ability to do everything that we do. So yes, these funds go directly into it. Our next thing, we won't be getting any donor dollars for it, but it's part of our service to the community. Is going to be the drug take back event. That is on Saturday at 3 different locations. And we can provide more information for that. But it's a great partnership with the DEA, the local law enforcement, and we actually have the bag that we're going to be giving for this, for the drug take back. We do have information there, so even if you just want information about the different services, this was part of our local bus campaign. We provided these in every bus stop and also inside the buses as well, with the Orbit. Is the orbit crew. But that gave us a lot of visibility there. The truck pull, I'll get you information on that, but that's really, really fun.
Yeah.
Especially because I want to say it's 46,000 pound fire truck.
Oh my God, wow.
So a
Okay.
team of 10 is going to be pulling a 46,000 pound fire truck. And I believe it is Huntsville Police Department that is the reigning champ. So someone needs to challenge them.
Yes.
Someone needs to get out and do that. So we do have this information, but really the idea is to get with prescription drugs. So, it's not just about illegal drugs. It's not just about alcohol, although they are so impactful on the community. Fentanyl, opioids, and alcohol all remain a huge concern, even if they're not getting attention.
Right.
So the take back, particularly in the fight against opioid use, for anyone who has had a surgery, pain, prescribed something that didn't really work, if you get something prescribed and then you have to change medications, anything that you have left over in your medicine cabinet. A lot of people don't know that you can't just dispose of it however you want. You really don't want to flush it down the toilet. And if it's sitting there, it can be stolen, it can be used inappropriately. Someone could sell it. So it really is important that those get disposed of. And there is always disposal options, but this raises awareness, gives you a place you can come up, there's no questions asked, you just bring a whole bag of your unused, unneeded medication. We will dispose of it properly that same day, like immediately after.
Awesome.
But in the packets, we also have these doTERRA packets, which are self-serve. Gives you a little bit of information about it, but if you have one bottle of something or something smaller, you don't want to make the trip, you have this easy way to kind of do that emergency disposal at home without any issues.
Yes, that's amazing. And so I know this is kind of like a national thing, the Take Back Day. And so like any type of medication can be brought, like it's no like exceptions, anything can be brought medication wise.
That's correct, yes.
Yes, awesome. And so why would you say like this is so important, like that proper disposal, and like do you know the drop off places here in like Huntsville, North Alabama, where people can go on Saturday?
So it's critical because the medications that people take, they are chemicals, and many of them can be highly addictive. So when we're looking at those items getting into the wrong hands, or just sitting there in your home tempting you to use them inappropriately. But then when they are disposed of inappropriately, it can affect our water systems. It can affect a lot of the things that we, infrastructure-wise, we don't quite think about.
Right.
Our purifying systems aren't really geared towards substances. So it is good to dispose of those correctly, not introduce that to the sewage or water systems.
Right. And so even if people maybe can't make it on Saturday, are like places like pharmacies and stuff always available to take back these medications at all if anybody ever needs to?
So probably the most popular location that we work on, and there are places all over. But at 100 Hughes Road, which is down at the Madison, is it the Madison Police Department?
HPD.
HPD?
Correctional complex.
Okay.
Yeah, so they always, you can always drop off there.
Perfect.
And that will be one of our locations for this Saturday, where partnership actually, we go and we staff the event and we have signs out and we promote doing that so that we get kind of that big we create that impetus for people to do it if they haven't been doing it throughout the year.
Awesome. Yes.
Also Meridianville.
Mm-hmm.
What's our other location?
Madison City Hall.
Okay, perfect.
From 9 to 12, you can just, it'll be drive-through, so you don't have to get in your car.
Awesome.
Just drive your car through, drop them off, and be
And
on
pick
your
up
way.
your packet.
Yes. And so what are like just some challenges that you all are seeing when it comes to like substance misuse in our area, and like how do you feel like these events are kind of helping break that stigma and break those issues in North Alabama?
So I think that there has been some really good awareness and news around opioid use, obviously, also with the fentanyl crisis. That awareness is critical, obviously, but we still see very high numbers as far as alcohol use, people needing treatment for that. I would say one of the concerns that I have noticed, and you may be able to speak to more, is that when we're talking about fentanyl specifically, so little of it, I mean grains of salt, can be a deadly dose. And you can't trust the people who are producing it and sharing it and anything else. So it takes so little. It takes so little. And it's relatively inexpensive. So they're going to push that. Also, because so little, again, is needed, it's easy to transport.
Yeah.
And it's easy to sneak through different things. So we have quite the crisis. Obviously, there's national attention around it on multiple fronts, but we've even had, personal experience, friends and family who ordered simple things, and then those packages were used to transport illegal fentanyl, and they removed them before they reached their final destination for the actual product that they ordered, but there were still trace amounts of the fentanyl that came out of whatever packaging it was in, enough that it could have killed someone. So, and people don't know to look for it, so the awareness component, that is really, really critical. But for our industry, the awareness helps because it does motivate people to act, motivate people to give. But we don't make money off of this.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people who are trying to serve and solve this problem are not making money off of this. Now you can, when it gets into people who have insurance and they go to certain types of treatment facilities, those facilities can be making money. But a lot of the people who need the services simply don't have money to spend, or they don't have insurance. So the pursuit, solving this problem, is inherently not a lucrative business. So people are not clamoring to do it. And we have to constantly ask for support.
Yeah.
We need people to not have that donor fatigue, to not get overwhelmed by how much we need to spend in order to solve this issue. So I would say that duality of the crisis being so easy for the people pushing these drugs and being not something that a lot of people can sustain.
Yes.
Because you got to do it out of the goodness of your heart.
Yes.
And the goodness of the donors and the sponsors and the funds that are given to you.
Yes, and I think that's amazing that you guys provide this space, because I didn't even realize like it just takes that little. And so I think providing that awareness can help people, even people that don't really have a substance misuse problem, but just if they're around somebody or around something, they're aware of those signs. So
Yes, absolutely. And there's so many more too.
I do want to add one thing about the fentanyl. A lot of times it's being added to other substances against the buyer's knowledge.
yes.
And that's a problem. So we have fentanyl testing strips available at the office
okay.
for free. So if you are in a situation where you need to know if there's fentanyl, you can always call us and come by and get some fentanyl test strips.
Right.
Absolutely. And there is a growing awareness as well around the effectiveness of Narcan, making sure that that is available, which can help save lives in the case of an overdose. But her point is very, very critical because anyone who thinks, you know, I'm okay because I use this kind of drug, or they really don't think that they feel like they are, I guess, being responsible. You know, they're taking control and they're trying not to do anything that would lead to overdose or lead to death. Now that fentanyl can be added to anything, and be so undetectable, you really cannot think that you can keep yourself safe. So it would be something that we would implore people who, be watchful, but maybe think about it again. Maybe, sometimes you have to kind of come back and think about it and self-evaluate over and over and over until you're finally ready to solve the issue. But I think knowing that you may not know what you're taking, and that can be so much more dangerous and very much out of your control, should be an impetus to think about it again.
Yes, and being, like you said, very vigilant over, what you're putting in your body.
Yes.
And so for those who want to just support your mission, and whether that's attending the soiree or donating or volunteering, how can they get involved? Are there any upcoming opportunities that they can do?
Absolutely. So obviously the soiree, that's our big thing. That's
Yes.
tomorrow. And then we've got the drug take back on Saturday. We do have events throughout the year, so stay tuned primarily on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Facebook page is great for all of our updates and upcoming events. And then our website is thepdfc.org, and we'll be updating that more in the future. And then I would say the truck pull, which isn't until September 27th.
Okay.
We're given a long leeway
Yes.
for this. However, now people can start signing up their teams, and so we're getting teams of 10. Someone just take charge and be the team captain and get their teams. Literally anyone can pull. We've had grandmoms.
Oh, I
and
love
we've
it.
Had, just people from all walks of life, and then we've got the guys who I look tiny, so tiny compared to them, who take this very, very seriously. We're upping the ante on the competition aspect of it this year, so I think people are going to really resonate with that. And I would say sign up now, because there's going to be limited spots. This year too, the competition is going to be starting early, and it's going to be starting online, because through our Give Butter account, they can do givebutter.com/truckpull25. They can sign up their teams there, but they can also make a page for their team, just like Facebook.
Cool. Okay.
They can post, they can talk about, they can do bragging rights, they can throw the gauntlet down for the other teams. But this year we will have a prize for the ones who, not necessarily through their own giving, but by asking their friends, their supporters, by getting the word out, raising money on behalf of their team. So now it's not just about the biggest muscles,
Yes.
it's about the biggest funding push
Yes.
and the biggest impact that
Yes.
people can make.
Awesome. And is there anything else you guys would like to add? Anything we haven't touched on that you guys wanted to share?
I just want to add that we always need volunteers. We do lots of events, lots of public outreach, and I know that our volunteer coordinator posts it on Volunteer Center, Madison County Volunteer Center.
Okay.
So anyone who's interested can go on there and see what kind of opportunities we have, or call the office.
Yes, well, awesome. Thank you both so much for coming. I feel like I've learned a lot, so thank you guys. And I'm
Thank you for
hoping
having
that,
us.
yes, of course, and I'm hoping you guys have a great turnout. I'm sure you guys will. And I love that you guys already have like a register link where people can kind of view what they can get. So
Yeah. You should come.
Yes, I will. I will try
Sure.
my best.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Lots
get
of
to
fun.
get to dress up a little bit
Yes.
and have fun and talk to people who are doing great stuff.
Yes, amazing.
For anybody wondering about the dress code, I've had some questions about the soiree dress code. What I'm telling people is just wear what makes you happy.
Yes,
If you want to dress
awesome.
up, dress up. If not, that's fine. We don't judge.
Yes.
We
I
don't
love it.
judge.
Yes,
We
judgment-free zone.
yeah, we roll up our sleeves and we help everybody. So.
Yes, awesome. Thank you guys. And these events are very important, so you go out if you can. And thank you all for tuning into 48 Now. And if you are able to attend the Spring Sobriety Soirée, it's this Thursday, April 24th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at 6200 Maston Lake Road, Northwest. You can RSVP by calling or texting 256-539-7339 or emailing at info@thedrugfreepartnership.org or through the link. And if you or anyone you know has any medication that you no longer need, be sure to participate in the National Medication Take Back Day to safely dispose of any unused or unwanted medications. Come on out and support this good cause in the community. You can also go out and do any volunteer opportunities that this amazing organization has. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.